But I've got to ask you about Artie, and I know that I've asked you this. I know you've. Excuse me. I know that I've asked you about Artie pretty much every time I've had you on before. But do you think that in a weird way, Howard Stern betrayed Artie Lange and that he turned his back on him and sort of let him flounder?
No, I think Howard Stern enabled Artie Lange. Howard Stern let Artie Lange sleep in the studio because he thought it would be good for the air. If me or Baba Buhai ever decided to sleep at the job, we would have got our asses handed to us. But Howard allowed Artie to be coming in late and sleeping on the couch. And I think Howard feels a little guilty about that now, which is why he will never mention Artie again.
Because there's, I'm sure you've seen the footage of when Artie would be sitting beside Stern and his eyes are rolling in his head and he's falling about like that, clearly high as a fucking kite. And Stern just sitting there going, "Oh, hey Artie, did you have too many donuts for lunch?" Ooh. And it's just like,
is that your impression of Cumia doing an impression of Howard?
Sadly, I have everything that Cumia does. I rip off. Oh, it's me, Howard Stern. But yeah, that is my Cumia rip off. But yeah, I just think.
Hey, did you hear that news? You don't seem like you're on top of things. So I might as well tell you. I guess Anthony's moving to South Carolina.
Yeah, I was reading about that. He's selling his house. Could this be the end of Compound Media?
No, he claims that they're going to still have that, that place, but he's going to be broadcasting from South Carolina.
Well, it's good for him. Like that house, it looked like a fucking dream house. But when you're not getting that serious money or whatever the fuck that station's called, that's going to be hard to pay for.
Well, I slept in that house, when Anthony and I were, good together. I mean, I used to do a bunch of shows over there. It's a beautiful house. I don't know if he's going to get 3.1 for it though, but he'll probably get like 2.7, 2.8.
You'll have to figure out a way to live on that. But the latest that
I do for a living, because it's obviously not this fucking show.
But I'm a dancer. But but I did an interview at the weekend there with
Blunder from Down Under.
with Dave Landau, and he said that the latest on Artie chip and flabs, fish and chip and deals, But he said to me about yeah.
You got to remember, Hughezy, I got quite a number of Irish friends out here. So I get into all the Irish lingo.
Oh, we'll get to that, but Dave Landau said
I'll probably see a few in a little while when I head over to the pub and grab a pint.
There's no fucking pubs here anymore. Everything's back on lockdown.
Oh, really?
So it's just walking around the house jerking off to the deleted scenes of Private Parts. But
Giuliani?
Oh yeah. But the shit about Dave Landau told me that Artie Lange, he's not in jail or rehab, but apparently his mother got very sick from COVID, and Artie has moved back in with her, and he's been taking care of her for the past couple of months. So that's why Artie's pretty much vanished.
I heard that it was the other way around. Artie's mother's taking care of Artie.
Oh, really? He's sick?
She's a fucking heroin addict. I mean, she's making sure that he doesn't do any more heroin. That's what I heard.
I don't understand. Here's the thing about Artie Lange. It's like when your face looks like Freddie Mercury's anus, that's when you stop taking drugs.
Yeah, I never knew the Artie Lange drug addict. I only knew the Artie Lange drunk. So I experienced his anger firsthand, but I never knew that he was a drug addict. Although I take that back. When I started doing his podcast at his place in Hoboken, then I knew he was on drugs. And when he teamed up with Anthony, he was on fucking drugs. I mean, blood coming out of his nose. It was so sad to watch him fall so far down.
Yeah, but hopefully he can get sober. But I think it may have been one night out too many. Like I think it may have gone into the permanent damage stage instead of the bad hangover stage.
Yeah, no, I mean he's a mess, but I wish him the best. It's like all these guys. I don't know. I don't hate any of these guys. I don't hate Papa Bohai. Like I don't hate any of the people at Stern. I don't have. There's not. There's not enough, time in the world for us to just devote to hating people. That's what, So me personally, if I saw Howard on the street, I'd give him a hug and say hello. I don't have any problem with any of these guys.
Yeah,
I don't even have any problem with the people that you mentioned, like these revenge dudes. If I saw them, I have a beer with them. I don't personally have any problem with these people. I just think it's fun. I just think it's funny. They're obsessed with me. I mean, choose a different obsession. At least Jenna Jameson has a vagina.
She really, really does. Believe me, I have a lot of proof. But I think it would be great though if you did a show with the Revenge of the Cis guys because because I've interviewed them both separately, and they helped bump my YouTube following up because they really plug the shit. So I think it could work out for you in a way.
Yeah, the problem is I don't think that we're on the same page politically. And right now, at least until January, I'm going to be, my podcast is going to be about making sure the dotard is sent home. So, I mean, and I even with Anthony is a right winger. It seems like all these guys are right wingers. So I don't think we would. I don't think I would want to be on that show at this point. I mean, after my show goes back to the entertainment podcast, then I would reconsider. But right now, everything to me is about taking down the dotard and his hideous spawn.